Too many methods are live right now in GTA Online with limited time bonuses stacked on top of each other. And a solo player running both of them correctly can pull in close to $500,000 an hour with almost no dead time in between. Double money landed on vehicle cargo sales this week, and quadruple money hit Ron contact missions at the same time, which is a combination that does not show up that often. Structure your session around both of them, and the money just keeps moving the whole time you're playing. This video covers exactly how each method works, what the realistic hourly numbers look like, how to lock them into one loop that runs nonstop, and what free stuff you need to grab before the bonuses disappear. Let's get into it. The full picture of this week's bonuses is worth running through before anything else. Vehicle cargo sale missions are paying double money and double RP. Ron contact missions are at 4 times money and 4 times RP, which is the one we're going to spend a lot of time on. Community Combat Series events are running 3 times money and 3 times RP. And GTA Plus members get that pushed all the way to 6 times money on those. Beyond the active bonuses, logging into the game this week puts $1 million directly into your account. Run 5 Community Series jobs, and another 500,000 lands on top of that. Stay consistent with weekly challenges across the rest of the month, and the total bonus money stacks up to 1.5 million extra, which is not something you want to leave behind. This week's challenge is simply winning 3 races, which pays 100,000 on its own and counts toward that monthly total. On the discount side, every CEO office in the game sits at 50% off right now, and the LSIA Vehicle Cargo Warehouse is completely free this week for anyone who wants it. Both of those matter a lot for newer players getting set up. The 2 methods worth focusing the actual grind on, though, are vehicle cargo and the Ron contact missions, so vehicle cargo comes first. Vehicle cargo sits inside the import-export DLC and runs through the CEO system, and it is one of the most underrated solo businesses in the game. Getting started takes 2 purchases, a CEO office and a vehicle cargo warehouse. The office comes first, and the computer inside that office is how you buy the warehouse. This week, the LSIA warehouse costs nothing, which makes it a zero-barrier entry point if you're just getting into this business for the first time. Long-term, though, the Lamar Mesa warehouse tends to be the smarter pick because it sits right off the freeway, and that translates directly into faster delivery times. Every warehouse in the game holds 40 cars regardless of location. So do not overthink the choice too much if the details do not matter to you yet. Once the setup is done, the business runs on a sourcing and selling loop, and the efficiency of that loop depends almost entirely on understanding one method. 32 unique cars can be sourced in this business, split across 3 tiers: standard range, mid-range, and top range. Which tier the game gives you on any source mission depends entirely on how many cars you already have stored in each tier. And that is the mechanic the 10-10-12 method is built around. Fill your warehouse with 10 standard range cars and 10 mid-range cars. And from that point forward, every source mission the game sends you on will produce a top range vehicle. That is the foundation. The 10-10-12 version takes it further by adding 12 top range cars on top of those 20. And here is why that number matters specifically. When you sell a top range car, the game is forced to source back that exact same car. Not just any top-range vehicle, but the specific one you just sold. Running 12 top-range cars in storage means you have the freedom to pick whichever car you want to move, sell it, and pull it right back into the warehouse. One rule that cannot be broken: never sell your standard or mid-range cars unless they come back as duplicates. A duplicate means 2 cars with the same license plate sitting in your warehouse at the same time, and those need to go because they do not count toward your total and they break the sourcing system. Beyond clearing duplicates, those 2 lower tiers stay in the warehouse permanently. Their only job is locking the game into top range sourcing. Source missions themselves are not complicated. There are 30 variations, and all of them come down to recovering the car with as little damage as possible. Calling Lester on certain missions clears your wanted level and lets you skip the cops entirely. Enemies that chase you during a source mission will respawn in waves no matter how many you take out. So ignore them and just focus on getting the car home clean. For moving around the map fast between missions, an Oppressor Mark II, a Sparrow helicopter, or the HSW Hakuchu drag all cut travel time down significantly. Getting an accommodation in your CEO office lets you spawn directly inside the building and launch source missions without burning time on the drive back. One damage trick worth keeping in your back pocket. If a source car takes a serious hit during the mission, shoot the rear axle until the back of the car catches fire, then drive it straight into your warehouse before it explodes. The game reads the vehicle as destroyed, but if it crosses into the warehouse before blowing up, the repair cost gets skipped entirely. Whether that is worth doing depends on the damage amount, because the ammo spent shooting it can cost more than what you save on minor repairs. Every car sale should go to the specialist dealer, full stop. That is the highest payout tier available. A top-range car sells for $200,000 gross, and the required modification fees run $40,000, leaving $160,000 in profit per car when selling in an invite-only session. Public lobbies add a 50% high-demand bonus that pushes the per-car value up to around $240,000, which sounds appealing but comes with trade-offs we will get to. A 20-minute cooldown runs after every single sale, which caps the business at 3 cars per hour. At $160,000 per car in a private session, that math lands at $480,000 per hour. Pull the high-demand bonus in a clean public lobby, and that climbs to $720,000 per hour at best. With double money running on vehicle cargo sales this week, those numbers go even higher. The public lobby question comes down to your platform and your tolerance for interruption. Vehicle cargo deliveries only ever involve one vehicle, which makes them less exposed than businesses that send you out with multiple trucks at once. Console players with Ghost.org active are in a reasonable spot. PC players are dealing with a different situation, because modders can teleport directly to your delivery mid-mission, and BattlEye Anti-Cheat, which Rockstar added last fall, creates additional frame rate drag in full public sessions. The more players in a lobby, the harder the game runs on your hardware, and that combination of battle plus a pack session can drop FPS noticeably compared to a private invite-only room. For most PC players, the high-demand bonus is not worth what it costs in risk and performance. Delivery missions in a private session spawn enemy waves targeting you, not the car. 3 to 5 waves show up in total. And the key move is getting out of the vehicle before they arrive, waiting for the red dots to populate on the map, and clearing them at a distance so they never get a clean shot at the delivery. These missions typically wrap up in under 3 minutes once the enemies are handled. The second major bonus running this week is 4 times money and 4 times RP on RON contact missions. And the important detail there is that the multiplier applies only to RON's mission specifically, not the full contact mission pool. 2 of RON's missions stand out as the easiest to repeat. Cranking up the volume sends you to the Ace liquor store to steal an RV and bring it back, and that is genuinely the entire mission. Fueling the flames involves backing a truck up to a tanker, stealing the tanker, and delivering it to a destination objective. The reason fueling the flames earns the extra attention is the enemy count. Each kill drops between 100 and 125 RP, which makes it the better pick for players trying to stack RP alongside cash this week. Farming either of these efficiently depends on understanding how GTA Online's time-to-money ratio works. Every mission in the game scales its payout based on how long you spend completing it. Spending 4 to 6 minutes on a mission yields roughly 50% of the total possible payout. Spending 15 minutes earns 100%. Anything beyond 15 minutes produces nothing extra. So the clock after 15 minutes is just time you are burning for free. Running missions at the 5-minute mark at 50% payout lets you complete roughly 12 missions per hour. At $38,000 per mission with 4 times money active, that puts hourly earnings at around $460,000. Waiting the full 15 minutes for the maximum payout on each mission instead drops the hourly count to 4 completions. And even at close to $100,000 per mission, the total falls short of what the fast loop produces. 12 missions at 38,000 beats 4 missions at 100,000, and that gap only grows when you factor in hard mode, which stacks a 1.5 times multiplier on top of the 4 times bonus already running. Tracking your time without a phone timer is easy with the in-game clock. Every in-game hour in GTA Online runs exactly 2 real-life minutes. So 2 in-game hours ticking by since the mission started means 4 real-life minutes have passed, and that is when it starts wrapping up. Before the session starts, a few things need to happen first. $1 million drops into your account just for logging in this week, and that requires no missions, no cooldowns, and no setup. Claim it before anything else. The LSIA vehicle cargo warehouse is sitting at 0 cost this week, and even if Lamar Mesa ends up being the better long-term location, picking up a free property never hurts. CEO offices are running at 50% off across the board. And since the CEO office is the entry requirement for running vehicle cargo at all, this week is the single best time to buy one if you have been putting it off. 5 community series jobs this week nets $500,000 in bonus money on top of everything already covered. Winning 3 races clears the weekly challenge for another $100,000, and that same completion counts toward the monthly $500,000 bonus that stacks across all 4 weeks. None of this replaces the core grind, but all of it adds to what you are already earning, and leaving any of it uncollected is just money sitting on the floor. Double money on vehicle cargo and 4 times money on RON contact missions running simultaneously is a combination that does not come around constantly. And this week, those 2 bonuses happen to be perfectly timed around the same 20-minute cooldown structure. Vehicle cargo alone in a private session runs close to $480,000 per hour. RON contact missions fill the cooldown downtime and add another $460,000 per hour on top. With both methods running together, the combined rate approaches $1 million per hour, and almost none of that time goes to waste. Pick up the CEO office at 50% off if it is not in your inventory already. Grab the free LSIA warehouse or go with Lamar Mesa for the better long-term setup. Build out the 10-10-12 method in your warehouse so the sourcing loop runs on autopilot. Slot fueling the flames and cranking up the volume into every cooldown window. Collect the free login million, knock out the weekly challenge, and let the rotation handle the rest. If this video was useful, a like helps more than most people realize. Subscribe if daily GTA Online content is something you want to keep seeing.